Hey everybody, my name is Alex from the Oral Communications class, and today I'm going to be explaining why adopting dogs from shelter is better than buying them from breeders and other types of places like that. So when you buy a dog from a shelter, you save a life. Each year, approximately 1.5 million shelter animals are put down just because they're unadoptable or they're older and have diseases, but not necessarily all of them do. So they euthanize roughly around 670,000 dogs and 860,000 cats. So cats and dogs are put down every year, and that number has been consistent since around 2011. Each day, 5 to 7 dogs are put down or euthanized, as they say. So doing this by adopting dogs through shelters, you're saving dogs, you're saving cats, and you're not paying as much. Another perk from buying dogs and cats from shelters is they tend to be more loyal towards their owners. You know, the shelters are doing the best they can. Open admissions shelters, there's a law that in some states that they must accept any and all animals that are brought to them, regardless of the space or ability to take care of them. So a lot of times these shelters are put in sticky situations and rough places where they're getting all these animals that they have no room for them, and they're forced to put down dogs that have been there for longer that may have the chance or ability to be adopted by a loving family. And when you're buying dogs from these big breeders, they're just keeping dogs purebred and putting more dogs out in the world when we already have too little space for them to live. You know, that causes problems later down the road, especially with these shelters when you know you get an older dog and starts getting older and older, and then you want a puppy again, so you just give the older dog away, and it goes to the shelter to where it could live the rest of his life out in this cage, or not have the space to run that it needs. You know, I adopted a herding dog, which I'll put a picture at the end of this video. His name's Dante. He's a red heeler, and he was actually going to be put down the day after I went there. So I went to the shelter and looking around at dogs because I was looking to adopt and I wanted to save a dog. He was about 9 months old, and I took him outside to the play area and I picked up a frisbee, and he just stopped and looked at me. And so I threw it, and he ran and jumped up and caught it in the air, and I was like, yeah, I'm coming home with this dog. And I did. And they told me when I was adopting him that they were going to euthanize him the next day because he's already been sent back to the shelter twice. You know, the first family just kept him in the apartment all day in a crate, and they said he was too loud because, all he does is be in a crate all his life, and so he's going to bark a little bit. And the second family just said that they were too active for him, so they brought him back. And for those simple reasons, they're going to put down a dog like that. And I couldn't let that happen, so I went ahead and I took him home with me, and, he's the most loyal dog. He's well-trained. He listens very well. A lot of these dogs are underrated in how well behaved they can be with a little bit of training. And a lot of people just think that if they buy a full-bred dog, like a German Shepherd full-bred, that they'll automatically be a great dog, but that comes with breeding. Another common conspiracy is that all pit bulls are violent because they were raised up on fighting dogs, but I've had a pit bull before, and it was the most, it was a sweetheart. All the conspiracies about dogs being naturally violent or dogs being naturally good dogs, some of that is true, but a lot of it is not. It just depends on how well they're raised and things like that. So you shouldn't go out just because you want a certain breed of dog and go pay, $2,000-$3,000 for it when you could get, a little bit older or even a puppy at a shelter, pay $40 for it, and it'd be one of the best dogs you ever have. A lot of these dogs, you're giving it a second chance at life, and all these other opportunities that it wouldn't have just be sitting around in a cage. Only 5 to 7 days, and the shelters might have to put them down. So these dogs are given the best chances they can get, but the best chances are nowhere near the fact that we can still adopt them and give them the best life that we possibly can. Thank you. Sit. High five. Good boy.